Today, I'm flying to Taipei, but this time, my lovely wife and daughter are joining me. We are in Munich and we're going to fly with EVA Air on their 787-9 to Taipei in their new business class cabin, or Royal Laurel class as EVA Air calls its premium product. Since EVA Air doesn't have a lounge in Munich, we opted for the Lufthansa Senator Lounge, G24. Access is for Star Alliance and Gold members or member with Lufthansa Senator status. Other elite and premium travelers can use Lufthansa Business Class Lounge. The lounge is small and quiet, which was perfect for us traveling with a toddler. However, natural light is limited, with the only source being a narrow glass wall behind the bar. Our gate was located outside the Schengen area, so we have to go through immigration. Make sure to allow enough time, as it can take a while. Traveling with a toddler meant we had priority boarding, allowing us to be among the first to board the plane. We were warmly greeted and guided to our seats. The first impression of EVA Air 787 Dreamliner cabin was stunning. It is a significant upgrade from the business class cabin on the Boeing 777 we tried last year. EVA Air 787-9 seats 304 passengers, 26 in business class and 278 in economy class. Economy class seats are in row 20 to 55, configured in a 3-3-3 layout, except from row 37, 40 and 50. The business class cabin features 26 business class seats in a 1-to-1 staggered layout across a single cabin. Seat 1 Alpha and 1 Kilo are the most private, however, it is closer to the galley, so it might be noisier. Solo passengers should opt for window seats for best privacy, but since it's staggered configuration, seats with row 2, 5 and 7 are closer to the windows and are more shielded, while row 1, 3, 6 and 8 are closer to the aisle and are more exposed. The middle seat are best choice for two traveling together, but keep in mind that someone will be in a more exposed seats given the staggered configuration. And with the Vantage XL seat, the seat console will create a gap between the seats. It's also worth noting that seats in row 7 have only one window, and there is no row 4. It's because the word 4 is pronounced similar to death in Chinese. The design of the seats are very futuristic and clean. EVA Air used Thomson Aero Vantage XL seats in their business class on their 787-9, same as Scandinavian use on their A330. Check out my review if you are interested. But the seats on EVA Air was much better and offers more privacy. In the front of your seat, you find an 18-inch HD IFE screen. Next to that is a large literature pocket. The space underneath the footwell was made into a sloped surface to rest your feet, instead of a space for luggage storage, so your larger carry-on items would need to be stowed in the overhead bins. The side console in the middle seats offer extra storage space, which were nice to store your shoes and slippers. The middle seats feature a small privacy divider that can be slid back and forth. The side console offers a large white surface space with a control panel. Here find the seat controls, which included 3 preset positions, separate buttons for adjusting the leg rest, a do not disturb button, massage function, and light adjustment. And on the left side, you find a headphone jack, universal power outlet with an USB-A port, and the IFE remote controller. Behind that was an enclosed storage compartment with 2 decent-sized storage units, one for the headphone and the other one for smaller items. There was also a vanity mirror inside. And right next to the storage compartment was a flip-out reading light. Underneath the console surface was a simpler set of seats controls. Above that is a push button for the tray table, which swings out as a single wood surface from within the console. It's not particularly large, but it's well built, and it can be adjusted forward and backward. Since we sat in the middle seat with an additional small privacy divider, it provided some privacy, but not as much as the new business class seats on the market. Since this is a staggered configuration, my wife's seat was more exposed to the aisle. On this side, there was an adjustable armrest. It's worth mentioning that there is a private divider on the aisle side, so you're quite exposed in that seat. And it's also worth noting that the 787 cabin on EVA Air doesn't have individual air nozzles. Upon boarding, pillow, blanket, and amenity kit was all replaced at our seats. A moment after settling in, we were offered pre-departure drinks with a choice of champagne, sparkling water, or juice. We both opted for orange juice, so Sky could have a drink with us. We were also served a warm towel. Later on, we got offered pajamas and slippers by Jason Wu. Last but not least, we was given a full menu and wine list. Just right before takeoff, the flight attendant took food and drink orders. Along with the amenity kit, we received a small chocolate bar and a poem on a printed card, which was a very unique touch. Soon after takeoff, the meal service began. The meal service on this flight features a 6-course meal. And here's what was on the food and drink menu for today's flight. There's also a possibility to pre-order your meal online ahead of the flight. The online menu showed the standard meal choices along with a handful of choices that are only available online. This is similar to the book to cook option offered by Singapore Airlines, except EVA Air has fewer choices. Nonetheless, pre-selecting a meal is always appreciated and adds a nice premium touch. For the amuse-bouche, we will serve puff with Austrian bacon, goat cheese wrapped with zucchini. Our rating 8 out of 10. Next up was hors d'oeuvre, which was grilled prawn and octopus with quinoa salad. The dish was a bit strange for our taste. Our rating 5 out of 10. Next up was carrot and ginger soup. The soup was creamy and delicious. Even Sky liked it very much. Our rating 8 out of 10. After the soup, we got served garden vegetable salad with balsamic olive oil. It's salad, nothing special about this. Sky passed on the salad and continued with her yogurt. For my main course, I opted for one of the online exclusive option, lobster with ginger scallion sauce. The lobster was delicious and sweet, and generously sized. Sky really enjoyed the noodles as well. My rating 8 out of 10. Wifey also opted for one of the online exclusive option, grilled teriyaki glazed salmon fillet. Her rating 9 out of 10. It was good to see Sky enjoy the food, especially since it can be challenging to get taller to eat while traveling. For dessert, I opted for cheese plate and ice cream. The cheese plate was quite good, and the ice cream was absolutely delicious. My rating 8 out of 10. All 3 of us was now stuffed and ready to try out the bed. But before that, let's check out the lavatory. For business class passengers, there are 3 lavatories in total. 2 lavatories are behind the cabin and 1 in front. The lavatory was a standard industry sized, but very clean. There's a larger lavatory located on the right side behind the cabin. It also had nice amenities like earplugs, mouthwash, a dental kit, and toiletries from 4711 Aqua Colonia. One of the flight attendants offered Wi-Fi turn-down service, so it was perfect time to change into pajamas. The pajamas was very comfortable and cozy, and we got pajamas in different colors. In live flatbed mode, the business class seats has pretty much standard width, and it was wide enough for Wi-Fi and Sky to sleep together. The footwell was wide and we had enough space both at the feet and in the knee area, which was noticeable since both of us liked to sleep on the side. One thing worth mentioning that my seat in live flatbed mode feels quite cocoon compared to Wi-Fi seats. If you tend to feel claustrophobic, a closer seat to the aisle might be a better fit for you. The cabin light was swiftly dimmed completely, leaving only soft glow EVA Air signature starry night lighting on the ceiling. Alright, let's check out the amenity kit. EVA Air amenity kits are a collaboration with Giorgio Armani, and it is the most impressive amenity kits I ever gotten on a business class flight. For outbound flights from Taipei, passenger will receive champagne-colored hard case adorned with pebble pattern, and passenger will receive a black soft bag overnight kit bearing a Japanese tatami mat pattern on a flight to Taipei. The Amenity kit contains a coin purse, eye mask, branded keychain, discount code, dental kit, earplugs, comb with a mirror, lip balm, facial mist, hand and body lotion. I didn't use the eye feed much during this flight, but I spent a few minutes browsing through EVA Air Star Gallery in-flight entertainment system. The user interface was well designed and easy to use, and the selection of movies and television shows was varied and plentiful, but it was very laggy during my flight. The eye feed can also be controlled via remote control, which has its own small touchscreen. If you like, you can also watch movies from the remote control screen. EVA Air also provides noise-cancelling headphones. I didn't try them on this flight, but Sky did, and she seems happy and calm with them. 787 also features Wi-Fi from Panasonic with the following pricing. The Wi-Fi had a limited data cap, and it seems quite expensive, so I didn't find it necessary to purchase it. I only tested the complimentary Wi-Fi, and the speed was just okay. This made me feel better about not paying for it. Sky woke about 2 hours before second meal service, and thankfully, EVA Air has a snack menu available known as Leisure Delights, so we decided to try it out. We ordered stir-fried rice cake with Chinese sausage and instant noodles. Both of the dishes was just okay. The second meal service started 2 hours before landing, starting off with hot towel service and some fruits. For breakfast, I opted for Chinese style and Wi-Fi for Western style. Chinese style breakfast was congee with typical Chinese side dishes. Our rating 7 out of 10. And a Western style breakfast contained bread and yogurt for starters, and for the main course, Wi-Fi opted for the sweet option, sweet curd crepe with raspberry sauce. Our rating 9 out of 10. After being very impressed by our previous flight on EVA Air 777, we had some expectation for the premium cabin experience on EVA Air Dreamliner cabin, and I'm happy to say those expectations were fully met. The new business class seats on 787 are well designed, combining all the important elements into a cohesive unit, although it is not very private compared to new business class products like Qatar Q Suites or NA The Room. But it's offered even better experience than the reverse herringbone seats on the Boeing 777. EVA Air's in-flight service was top-notch. The crew on our flight were always friendly and attentive, taking good care of us during the meal and checking in on us throughout the flight. And they were extremely quick and efficient during the meal service. Speaking of meal service, we were impressed that they served 6-course meal on this flight. The food was quite good, but it didn't reach the same level of quality as Qatar Airways. The option to pre-order meals from a wide-ranging menu was a nice feature, even though the option isn't wide as Singapore Book to Cook. And of course, the Amenity kit is one of the best I received from a business class flight. The dust bag and the coin purse are extra nice touches that enhance the luxurious feeling. Overall, this flight to Taipei was incredibly comfortable. While there are a few business class products I preferred over EVA Air, I highly recommend you to experience their 787 business class if you have the opportunity. You won't regret it. We hope you enjoyed watching our video and sharing our incredible flight with EVA Air Business Class Royal Laurel on their 787-9. Consider to like or subscribe to our channel, and we'll look forward to bringing more amazing content in the future. Until then, take care and see you next time.